One day, Haley takes the forest route to reach her home. But a werewolf attacks her on her way home. Haley, shocked and frightened, stumbled backward and fell on the wet ground. Her heart was pounding in her chest. She looked up and saw a large, flurry creature standing over her. It was a werewolf, its eyes glowing menacingly in the darkness. Haley tried to back away, but the werewolf lunged at her, its sharp claws ready to strike. In a panic, Haley searched for something, anything, to defend herself with. She found her mother's silver chain dangling from her neck and quickly pulled it out. The silver chain glinted in the moonlight as Haley held it up to the werewolf. The creature recoiled and let out a low growl. Haley heard her mom's voice in her head, reminding her of the protective properties of silver in order to fight against werewolves. She mustered up all her courage and yelled at the werewolf in her loudest voice. The werewolf hesitated for a second, confused by Haley's sudden display of bravery. That was the moment Haley seized to stand up and back away slowly. The werewolf bared its teeth, ready to attack again, but Haley held out her silver chain and started chanting words that her mom had taught her. As she chanted, the werewolf started to shrink down in size. Its fur receded, and its teeth dulled until it was no longer a werewolf, but a normal wolf. The wolf kept whimpering as if it was in pain. Haley, still chanting, approached the wolf and touched it with the silver chain. The wolf let out a final yelp before dissolving into thin air. Haley took a deep breath, relieved that the danger had passed. She looked up at the full moon in the sky and knew she could not take the forest route back home again, at least not when the moon was full. She decided to always wear the chain her mom had given her whenever she goes out alone at night. Haley comes home shivering and panting to find her parents waiting for her. Upon seeing her in this state, they asked her what had happened. Haley told them everything that had happened that night, the attack of the werewolf, her bravery, and how she managed to defeat it using the silver chain and the chanting. Haley's parents were astonished by their daughter's courage and quick thinking. They hugged her tightly, overwhelmed with relief that she had made it back home safe and sound. They listened intently to her story and commended her for her bravery. Haley's dad inspected the silver chain she had used to defeat the werewolf and was impressed by its craftsmanship. He explained to her that it was a family heirloom passed down from generation to generation. It was blessed by their ancestors, who were known for their supernatural abilities to ward off evil spirits. Haley was amazed to learn that she had inherited the same supernatural abilities from her family. She felt relieved knowing that she had this power to protect herself and those around her from any future dangers. From that day forward, Haley promised to always carry the silver chain with her. She knew that she had a responsibility to protect others from any evil creatures that may exist beyond the safety of their town. With a newfound confidence, Haley went to bed that night with a sense of pride and accomplishment. She had faced her fears and emerged victorious. She knew that she was capable of handling any challenges that may come her way in the future.